I was halfway through an after-action report when the call came. Your son's in critical condition. The voice was tight, clinical. Then softer. Your wife's new man did this. He said, he's not done yet. The words dug into my chest. I asked for details. The doctor hesitated. If you want justice, you've got 6 hours. Another voice came on. Detective Morell. The whole town's with you. I'm clocking out early. If he disappears before shift change, I didn't see a thing. The line went dead. I looked at my watch. 6 hours. Every mission I'd ever been on started with a clock. This one was no different. Except this time, the target was personal. My wife had been cold before I deployed, a distance she didn't bother to name. But I told myself it was stress, loneliness, nothing that couldn't be fixed. The first letter from her had been short, the second shorter still. Then silence. When I finally got a video call months later, there was a man in the background. She said it was a friend helping around the house. I wanted to believe her. I didn't. Now my son lay in a hospital bed because of him. And the people who should have been protecting him were turning the other way. That told me everything about how deep her betrayal went. I didn't run to the hospital. I couldn't. Not yet. If I went straight there, I'd see him. And if I saw him before I had a plan, I might act on instinct. Instinct gets you caught. Strategy gets you results. I started where I always do, with intel. A quick check of her social media. Photos I'd ignored before now felt like surveillance evidence. His face appearing more often. His hand on her shoulder in one. Sitting at my kitchen table in another. My son between them in the latest picture, smile small, eyes wrong. I called an old contact, someone who owed me. 10 minutes later, I had his address, vehicle, and a copy of a restraining order his ex had filed. It painted a picture, and it wasn't the first time he'd hurt someone weaker than him. The hospital smelled of antiseptic and quiet despair. I walked past the nurses, straight to the ICU. My son was asleep, a mess of tubes and bruises. His breathing was shallow. His small hand twitched when I took it. From the corner of the room, my wife froze. Her eyes darted to the door, like she was calculating her own escape. I didn't speak. Not to her. Not yet. Instead, I reached into my pocket and placed a folded photo on the bed beside my son's hand. It was the same man, her friend, in a police mugshot dated 2 years before we met. Charges, aggravated assault. Victim, minor. Her face drained. She didn't know I'd found this. I leaned close enough for only her to hear. You brought him into my house, around my son. Her voice cracked. It wasn't. I cut her off. You knew, and you stayed with him. She looked toward the door again, maybe hoping he'd walk in, maybe wishing he wouldn't. I straightened. He's not walking out of this town. Her breath caught. You can't. I met her gaze. Cold, absolute. Watch me. Then I walked out. I didn't run, didn't slam doors. I moved like I had all the time in the world, because I'd already decided how this would end. I didn't see my wife again that night. When the shift changed at the station, he was already gone. The next morning, the detective called. Looks like your problem solved itself. I didn't ask for details, didn't need them. Some things are better left unspoken, especially when the town decides justice is a community effort. I went back to the hospital, sat by my son until he opened his eyes. His first word was, "Dad." That was enough. I'd deal with her in time. Quietly. Completely. For now, I'd won back the only thing worth keeping. Everything else could burn.